Okay, so here we are. This is the piece I've already done with my rotary. You can tell came out really nice. Got almost all the scratches, all the etchings and stuff. All I did was this one little section. Now as you can see, this is what we're going to try and correct. I've got a lot of scratches, a lot of etchings, a lot of crap, all within the paint. Pretty nasty one here, some nasties right here, and you can feel them with your fingernails, so they are deep. And just to show you, the paint isn't bad, it isn't dirty, it's just all marked up. And this is what we're going to try and get rid of. So I'm going to clean it off. Show you the difference here. Okay, so now we got it cleaned up, and as I just was going by, I noticed another one. Pretty good scratch right here, as you can see it, and the light hits it right. And like I said, this is clean now. You can tell there's quite a bit of crap all within the paint. You can see it as I go by, and it doesn't come off, it's washed. You can go like that compared to this stuff over here, where it's nice and shiny. And this is what we're going to try and correct. For the nasties, you're going to have to use sandpaper. 1000 grit. The Corvette clear coat is one of the toughest in the industry, and it can take it. So we're going to do that next. Okay, so now I'm back. This is what I'm using. It's McGuire's Fine Cut, which is a pretty, on the scale, it's pretty up there. It usually will help try and get these things out. I'm using that. I'm going to use it as a wet sand for my 1000 grit paper. I'll show you what that does. So, I've got some stuff laid down. I got my 1000 grit here. I'm going to take and with this stuff, as a wet, spray the paper here. Make sure it's nice and wet. Any area. And we're going to very carefully go over this area with the 1000 grit. Rough these things out a little bit. Now these are pretty deep, and I doubt very much that they're going to come out completely, but we're going to give it our best shot and see if we can't make them a little bit better than what they were. And I will be back. Okay, so I'm done now. My little bit of sanding didn't take too long, but you're probably going to have to repeat this process over and over and over again until you're happy with it. Probably don't want to go and do it too much because sandpaper, whether it's 1000 or not, it's going to start to, get into the paint. So I'll show you what I've done. Get all this stuff off. Okay, and this is dry now, keep in mind. Now it's pretty marred up, looks pretty nasty. The clear coat's all dull and everything. To a first time person seeing this, they're going to be like, oh my god, you just messed up your finish. Okay, so I've done a little bit more. Pretty nasties. Tried to get this one down quite a bit. Okay, so now what we're going to be hitting next is my orange pad. This is the Smart Pad Professional by Lake Country, bought by Auto Geek. This is a 7.5 inch pad that goes on my rotary. And we're going to be again using the Fine Cut cleaner with it. Okay, this is my rotary. It's just a northern rotary dial on it, and I keep it between a 1 and a 2, which is around 1200 RPM. This is the white pad I was using before. We're going to take this off. It's got my adapter to run the pads. We're going to take this off and put the orange one on. Okay, now we got the orange one on. Same way the white one was on. Now we're going to take some of the cleaner here. We're going to put it on the pad. We don't need too much. Looks good. And I usually put a couple of drops on the surface. Get that up there. Now what we're going to do is, before we even turn this on, we're going to pat this all around so we don't get the stuff flying all over the place. Okay, I've got it patted out now pretty decent. We're working in about a 2 foot by 2 foot area in the bottom of the car here. Now we're going to turn on the buffer, and we're going to go over it, and with a rotary you got to make sure you keep movement, otherwise you'll burn into the clear coat and burn the paint. You don't want to do that. Okay, so now I've hit this about, probably 6 to 10 times. Gone over everything with the orange pad. And now I'm going to take and hit it with the white pad. That was this one, which, I mean, don't look white now, it's got the compound on it, but I'm going to take the orange one off, hit it with the white one, and go over it another probably half a dozen times to try and get out all the hazing and all that stuff that's going on. Okay, I've gone over this probably 10 times now at least. Back and forth with the white one now, over and over and over again. Found some more spots I didn't like. Hit it with either 1000 grit sandpaper or the the orange pad. So wherever I had to hit it with the grit sandpaper, obviously you needed more compound, more of the time with the orange pad. And pretty much that's it. Okay, now I'm going to show you what we got. We're just going to wipe all this off. Just using a microfiber towel. And I think you will agree, it's like night and day difference. Pretty much just about everything came out. All those little etchings and scratches. We had a scratch over here, completely gone. We had one spot here, try and zoom in, that didn't quite buff out. But I can't go any lower. It'll get into more of the paint, not the clear coat, but I'm not really too concerned about that spot. That's where my emblem is going to go. That's what caused it to begin with, but just to give you an example of what it can and can't. Okay, so yeah, like I said, this is where we stand right now. It looks pretty good. Pretty much took out everything, all little scratches I had and everything. Like I explained, still had that one little spot. Nothing I can do about that. That was really, really deep. But the stuff that we were concentrating on is like this here. All these little pieces of crud, scratches in the paint. All this stuff is what we're taking out. And my paint's got a lot of it in it. But as you can see, when we get down to the section I did, all gone. Smooth as can be. It looks really good. That's it.